Can ivermectin or vitamin D or zinc treat hantavirus? Now look, I know you're probably saying, what in the world is she asking? And oh, you also might be saying, are we here again? The answer is yes. Remember, we heard this during COVID. People were saying that ivermectin and zinc and vitamin D treated COVID. By the way, it does not. We are back, y'all. People are saying on the Googler Schmoogler that hantavirus can be treated with zinc, vitamin D, and ivermectin. Now, you probably have an idea what I'm going to say about this, but I am here to tell you the truth. I'm also here to tell you why it's the truth. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. It is good to see you. Let's jump right in. Let me level set with you. What I'm about to say is a fact. Okay, you ready? Currently, there are no FDA-approved specific antiviral treatments or vaccines for hantavirus disease. All right, let me say this in a different way. We don't have a vaccine to prevent hantavirus from coming on. We don't have an antiviral. This is a virus, okay, that causes hantavirus, right? We don't have an antiviral to treat hantavirus. Now, let me also tell you another fact. Ivermectin, vitamin D, and zinc are not treatments for hantavirus infection. That's right. It is not. So regardless of what you're hearing people say, oh, and they are saying stuff, this is not true. You probably say, well, how is it treated? Well, right now, the treatment is supportive. And by the way, this is a very deadly condition. I mean, there's, 30-40% of people who get hantavirus will end up dying from it. It is very deadly. And what we have right now is we have supportive care. That means in hospitals and ICUs and critical care units, we help support your body to try to fight off the virus. That may be with managing your fluids and your electrolytes. That might be breathing treatments. That might be machines to help your heart and your lungs. That might be other medications, so many different things. Understand this is a very, very, very severe disease that we want to identify as early as possible so that we can give people supportive treatment. All right, so let's go through the different substances though. Let's talk about ivermectin. You're probably saying, well, why doesn't that work? Okay, some people online are talking about the fact that hantavirus is an RNA virus and thus ivermectin works. Well, there is really more to it than that. It is not that simple. Ivermectin, yes, has demonstrated some broad antiviral effects against various RNA viruses in the lab. However, there is no specific evidence supporting its use against hantavirus. Okay, now the comprehensive reviews of hantavirus treatments do not mention ivermectin as a candidate for therapy. That's a no to ivermectin. Now, vitamin D, you might say, well, vitamin D is important for the immune system and so many different things. Oh yeah, you're exactly right about that. You're not wrong. But there is no evidence for its effectiveness against hantavirus specifically, okay? That is important to keep in mind. Zinc, you may be saying, hey, isn't that good for stuff? Well, we need zinc as a part of minerals and vitamins that we take in, but it's not an evidence-based treatment for hantavirus infection. The other thing I should say, by the way, is ivermectin, yes, does treat certain specific things, but it's not hantavirus, okay? It's also not COVID. I should also say that zinc and vitamin D are very important, okay? But you can take too much. I have videos specifically on zinc and vitamin D separately because I remember during COVID, a lot of people were just starting to take them willy-nilly. That is not what we want you to do. You can take too much of this stuff. So let's just back up and remind ourselves. Actually, no, let me just say one more time. Ivermectin, vitamin D, zinc. They are not treatments for hantavirus. What is the hope? Well, gosh, I hope we get specific antiviral treatments and specific treatments for hantavirus. I hope we get a vaccine. We are not there right now. What's important for you is to make sure that you're consuming evidence-based medicine information. That means not taking information from people who are not telling the truth, who may not know what they're talking about. You might be saying, well, how am I supposed to? I know, it's hard. It's really hard. There's a lot of misinformation out there. What I would say is start with your own doctor. That's the best place to start. Also, I would say, too, if you have any signs or symptoms of anything that seems unusual or problematic, please alert your medical team right away. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. I do videos on all sorts of things. If you are new to me, I not only talk about hantavirus, COVID, and things, I talk about diabetes and blood pressure and cholesterol. So please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook so you can get all the other information too. I'm a practicing family physician, on-air health expert. I do daily videos. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, all the things. So follow me in all the places. Also sign up for my free health newsletter at drjencaudle.com.